YouTube, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy CJ here, man. I'm bringing y'all another build video, man. I've been, chilling the past 2 days, but I got to get back into these builds for y'all, man. I got to bring the big builds for y'all, man. For us, should I say, right? So, before I get into this, man, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, because you already know this is going to be a banger build. I'm telling you, it's going to be a banger. So, of course, we're going to start off with the center position, because, hey, that's what I do. That's what we do. Number, I don't care. We're just gonna go straight into it. So really what I'm trying to go to right now is trying to find the big that's gonna give you, you know, the most height, but kind of give you the athleticism part of it, because that's kind of what you run into losing whenever you go taller. So what I did was I went 7'1", and I want to say I went 243. I went 243 on the weight, and then 7'8" on the wingspan. I did that because it gave me, kind of enough speed to, move around, but I wanted to make sure I keep my strength up pretty high just because of how I'm going to build this build. And trust me, it will work this way just because you do have that strength aspect. But yeah, let's get into the next part. Body type, I like to go define for me personally. All right, so let's get into these attributes. On the close shot, man, I went to 85. Driving layup, I went to a 75. 75 on your driving dunk. Went to a 90 here on your standing dunk to get you those elite contacts you'll see whenever we get the vertical. And then I went to an 80 here on your post control, man. And really, man, honestly, you got a few bigs that's running post control right now just because post scoring is really OD for everybody. So obviously, having this post control gives you that element of being able to do the post hooks, but you can also, whenever we get farther into the build, I'm gonna show you that you're gonna be able to shoot a little bit with this too. But just look at your badge layout right now. The badge layout is gonna be pretty, pretty epic. I know you're kind of losing right here just because the posterizer isn't, up, but bronze does work really well. But really, you're just using this build to kind of just, really be toxic at, all ends of the floor and in every facet of the game, right? So let's get into the shooting, man, because this is the part of the build that can surprise a lot of people, if you want to be honest. So what I did was went to a 74 on the 3-point shot, 60 here on the mid-range, and I put the free throw at a 72. It gives you 9 shooting badges right there. So you can run your bronze claymore, you can run, I would say, run green machine, and then go volume shooter and clutch shooter. But we'll get into that when we do the badges, but that's how it really run it. This stuff right here is kind of high, and it'll be difficult for you to get the 10 badges to even go up here because you only have 9, right? So let's move on to the next part. Passing, I went to a 70. 70 is always a marker for me that I try to hit because that's that perfect, median, in my opinion, especially for bigs, because you don't want to go too crazy on that because then you're losing, in other parts, right? So did that way. Interior went to an 80. And you said, why did we go to an 80 on interior when you just said something about post moves? Because honestly, so 80 is, great. It works awesome. I have maybe two builds that have an 80, and it works awesome. But the problem is the fact that, those post hooks right now are so hard to defend that honestly a high interior doesn't necessarily stop it. So really, the high interior, if you want to be honest, is just for the post moves. That's what you're looking for. It's just for the post moves. But really, if you hold the stick a certain way, because most guys bigs do drop steps. If you hold the stick, the left stick, to where you think they're going to drop step, most of the time you can body it up, and then they're going to pump fake, and you keep your hands up, and you play good defense that way. So yeah, that's just a little tip for y'all in this video. But hey, let's move on to the next part. Let's go to the perimeter defense. I put the perimeter defense to a 60 just because your outside contest, especially if you have to end up hedging on this build, your outside contest goes into your perimeter defense. Everyone knows that. Everyone should know that by now. And also right here, I went to a 93 on the block. I went to a 93 just for that gold anchor and pogo stick. That anchor is a very, very crucial badge, and it'll obviously play a big part into you playing the interior defense, even though it's not tied to the interior defense. So offensive rebound, I went to a 70. Then defensive rebound, I went to 99. So you see it, we got your Hall of Fame rebound chaser, pogo stick jumped up to Hall of Fame. Then we got Hall of Fame box out beast. Box out beast is a crazy badge this year, especially if you partner that with the strength that we're about to put on this build. You're just gonna be ripping through people, slinging them across the paint, man. So let's continue. I went to a 60 here on the speed. Left that here because if you see, as soon as I get up to the 60, I'll go fix that perimeter defense. As soon as I get up to the 60, it starts right at 45 on Excel. So you're great, right? And put this back up to a 60. All right, so strength, maxed that out. Vert, I went to a 75. Did a 75 just because for the big man contact dunks, for the elites, you only need a 75. And then really, you boxing out and playing the right position, you'll have, you know, the rebounds anyway. Having a max vertical is great if you're trying to get those other contact dunks, like the driving contact dunks, but we don't get those. So 75 is gonna be perfect for this build. And then we max out the stamina to a 90. So let's look at your badge setup right here, man. We got 24, 9, 8, and 25. Honestly, for this build and how it can be used, it can be deadly, man. It can be deadly. So let's continue. Let's see what we get for these takeovers. We get sharp, rim, glass, and post scoring. So what I would do, just, you know, the IQ in my mind, I would probably do your paint intimidation, just because you got to get prepared for those post scores, and you're also going to have those other bigs who are going to have you know, post scoring also, which that are not necessarily post scores, but if you get what I'm saying, just the, you know, the smaller ones that's going to be doing a little bit more moving, but slashing more so. And then after that, I would either go to your post shot daggers. I'll go back. I would do post shot daggers, because post shots are going crazy right now, and you know, use that, and then you can play along with that. And then, you know, also you can go either sharp too, but you know, just your preference. This is just what I would do. I would go paint intimidation, and I would go post shot daggers. Let's move on to see who we get, man. I think we get, let's see, we got shades Marcus Camby, Miles Turner, and Nikola Vucevic. And what we got the name, and it's the rim protector. First time saying this build name, man, on this game. If I'm being honest, I'm getting tired of saying Marcus Camby, Miles Turner, and Nikola Jokic for the bigs. I know how to get it changed into something different, but how you have to have these builds or bigs built to be playable, man, that's the names and the people that you come up with the most often. But let's get into these badges and, you know, see what we can do. You know, hopefully I don't, you know, mess up and back out right here trying to put on these core badges, but we should be good. It should be a breeze. Let's just jump right on to it. So from here, I would do probably limitless, just bronze. You only get that bronze anyway. I wouldn't too much worry about slithery. I would go fearless, take that up, because that does work really well for you in the paint this year. I noticed that on some of my smaller builds. After that, if you're planning on doing post hooks, take your post touch, your pro touch to gold. Then after that, let's go to your posterizer, put that on. Your wizard, just put it on bronze, just for the option for the oops. Then let's go down here to your mashers and stuff. Put masher on. We're gonna up that, and then kind of surprised that we have on this build that I didn't show y'all, you know, just a few minutes ago, is you got this gold bully, man. That's gonna be crazy. Let's go see. Yep, I did it right there. Hate doing that. So let's get back into it. We go here, silver here. I think I did silver on this pro touch. We did that silver. Masher. Let's core the masher. And then up your bully to gold. And that leaves us, but we got 6 more to put on. Did it again. You all get what I'm doing, right? This is gonna be hilarious whenever I post it, but y'all get what I'm doing. So we're just trying to be as tactical as possible putting this stuff on. But yeah, we're gonna get it right here. We might come back and end up putting on that dream shake. Let's see. I think I had this on gold. Masher here. For that. Go back. Go bully. Let go. Then we come to, now let's just up this other stuff and use the dream shake, go silver. Post spin. Actually, let's go back down Punisher. Do that bronze. Drop this one. Come back and put this bronze. And this is how we're running right here for the finishing. Shooting wise, like I was saying earlier, I would go Claymore, put that on. I would go Green Machine, Volume Shooter, and then probably either MIDI Magician or Clutch Shooter. One of the two, probably Clutch Shooter. I know MIDI Magician is a great badge, but I don't see you shooting too many turnarounds nor pull-ups in the mid. So obviously we're going Break Starter. We're gonna get that quick first step. It'll be cool to have, right? And then after that we go Break Starter. We'll core Break Starter because more than likely gonna throw a lot of those if you are, a high level playing big. Then after that, I would probably go to, let's just do Vice Grip Bronze. And then we'll go Floor General and Special Delivery. That's how I like to run Special Delivery, just to throw the oops. I play with a lot of slashers, so it's cool to have that option to do that. And I just realized I didn't core this. I would probably core, I don't know about with this one. I just core your Claymore. Come back. Let's put on, let's do Guard Up. Actually, let's do Blinders, because I think Blinders will help with the post hooks. And then we'll do, let's do another one of Green Machine, why not? So defense is where we can really kind of go crazy. You got to put your challenger on if you're going to be out there, having the hedge. Workhorse, always run that bronze no matter what. Box Out Beast, Hall of Fame. You got to have it as high as possible also for you, just because you do have a lower interior. But luckily you do have the strength to kind of, counteract and play off that. I'll run this Hall of Fame. I put that as the core badge. Then after that, we come to Anchor. We'll go Anchor. And then we'll go here. We can actually up it one more time. Now let's go and up that one more time, just to have it. But yeah, man, here you have it. That's the badges I was, set with it. Here's your defense, here's your finishing, here's your shooting, here's your playmaking, man. And guys, this build is, not for everybody, obviously, but it's definitely gonna be something great to use for everybody. And this is also usable. I don't want to post a build that's not gonna be usable. That's why it's been taking me so many days, just to do stuff. But no excuse. I'm gonna get back consistent and posting stuff. Try to rip out some videos, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you stay here this long, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We got 100 subs on the way, man. We're trying to do something big in 2K23. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your YouTube. Love.